Welcome to ThemeTime. My name's Rob, the DIY theme guy. Building things with more details. Ooh. And this is the first video on the channel that I've been trying to get up for you to see for, I don't know, somewhere around a year. I stopped counting after the first 5 or 7 months. Yeah. One of the reasons that has been so delayed because I have put a lot of effort into trying to find just the right co-host to help demonstrate these projects to you. Now, after all this long wait, I would love to introduce you to the co-host I found. But I didn't get one. Yeah, nobody took on the position. I guess nobody wanted to work for free. But I also offered them money, so I'm not really sure what happened there. Anyway, it's just going to be me demonstrating it, which is fine because it was just me who built it. And on this very first post on this channel, I would like to point out this. First post. And then the second post on the channel, which is coincidentally combined in the first post. And if you don't think that's impressive, you should ask yourself how many times you see a YouTube video with 2 posts in one. It's nearly impossible. So when you go ahead and take a look at these 2 posts, what's the first thing that comes in your mind? I don't know, maybe you're thinking, 10 by 10 big beefy barn stud, huh? Well, if you said that, I'd have to reply, I don't care what you put in your Tinder profile. That's not how I describe my wood. No. These big beauties are made out of wood, which makes them timber. And I suppose if you tinder your timber, things could get pretty hot. But even though they're made out of wood, things are not as they appear. Yeah, they were actually made out of 2x10s, ripped down into slices only about a 1/4 inch thick. Then they were sheathed on top of the existing structure that was coated in drywall. So let's take a look back with an overview of how I constructed these 2 posts. It'll be a brief overview, primarily because I lost most of the footage. Anyway, Hans, go ahead and roll that footage of me handling my wood.
What you see here is the existing drywall clad structure of the window wall with part of the thin 1/4 inch wood sheathing already applied. Now I can set the front facing board into place. But wait, I didn't show you how I produced the 1/4 inch plank. Let's go back to me measuring and cutting the proper lengths. This looks familiar. My table saw blade can only cut about 3.5 inches deep from both sides of the board. So to split the remaining center portion, I use an 8 to 10 inch long jigsaw blade. Once the board is split, you may notice the cut isn't perfectly smooth, but this can add to the aesthetic if your desired end result is a rustic look. To get an even more rustic look, I employed the skills I'll demonstrate in a future episode, called Gnarly Wood. You go against the grain, you get burned. Be sure to tune in for that. Once that's all done, it's time to set the prepared plank into place. Using a generous portion of some construction adhesive, I carefully line up the board to its pre-fit position. The satisfaction is already setting in. Then tack the board into place with a brad nail gun. Keep in mind the nails might need to be long enough to go through the board and drywall to hit the stud. If the facing boards are thicker, you can also screw them in place. I recommend using a pilot hole and countersinking the head. After filling seams and countersunk holes with putty and giving a base coat of brown, it's time to give it a more natural look, using a drybrush technique. It's a skilled style of using so little paint on the brush, it's nearly dry. Hence the name. To achieve a varied and natural look, you can utilize multiple colors in succession. Here I'm seen applying the first highlight color to bring out the areas of raised wood grain. Whoops! Yeah, keep in mind if there's too much paint on the brush, it's not dry, which leads to little bumps, looking like big bumps. Yeah, that'll buff right out. if a happy little accident happens. That doesn't make you happy, fix it. In a case like this, I could repaint the base coat and start over, but I chose to press on, add more colors, and ultimately, I forgot this even happened until I edited the footage. Applying the second color in various areas, keep in mind the end goal is to see each color blend, not totally cover the previous one you put on. You might not see a major change at first, depending how dry your brushing is, but as you progress to the end, each color will start to show and define the grain. A lacquer coat is applied after to seal and protect the color, especially because this is a window frame that gets a lot of sun.
And when the painting is all complete, you have the appearance of beautifully hewn and aged wood, with a color tone of faux wood that matches the color tone of the real wood blinds, which was partially planned, but also some luck, because I'm kind of colorblind and the people at the store weren't much help picking out the colors I needed to dry brush over the top of the main color, and use a lot of explaining to people who don't understand those techniques. So there was a lot of luck involved, but it turned out in the end, and I'm quite satisfied with the results. And I certainly hope you're satisfied with what I was able to teach you in this video. You might even be thinking like me, saying, that video took a year? Anyway, I guarantee you, the next one will be out much faster than that, because I got a whole lot of footage of a lot of projects that I built by myself, just waiting for you to see once I edit them. So, I hope you come back and join me for another theme time.